Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Keeping on themes with the last video of me showing off all my Scream Factory steelbooks, today I wanted to show off my Lionsgate collection steelbook. Lionsgate are known for doing some of the best steelbook artwork around, and they were also a big proprietor of having these. So these steelbook protectors, but also that have the conceal artwork underneath. So I just thought they're some of the coolest steelbooks I own, they're some of the coolest steelbooks you can buy. So let's just get straight on into this and show them off. So the first one, as you just saw, is Rob Zombie's 31. They are a bit glossy, so bear with me trying to show them to the camera. So as you can see, we've got our heroes there with I think it's Doomhead or something like that is the villain up top. Then obviously you've got all your info on the back. But then if you slide the protective cover off, what was once our heroes is now our villains, which I think is really cool. And then you've got back artwork too. I think they're just so cool. There's the spine, and I'll just show you guys quickly the inside. This is just a Blu-ray steelbook. I don't think any of Rob Zombie's stuff has a 4K, but I do quite like Rob Zombie and his style, and as soon as I seen 31 had a steelbook, as that's my favorite film of his, I just thought that's so cool, and Lionsgate did such a good job on this one. Next up we have, you've probably seen, I think it's Steelbook Obsessed. I think that's his name. I've watched him for a while on like Instagram and things like that. He does a lot of videos with this one where you can slide the mask off, and if you've got any of his steelbooks with a face on it, he slides it back on. I think that's just quite cool. But yeah, this is American Psycho. This is the 4K steelbook. Same as the last one, so you've got your info on the back, because as we all know with steelbook collectors, you know, if you don't know the runtime or whatever, you got to Google it. So it's nice to have all this info on the back, but then you can also take it off and get good artwork. So as you can see, the front is Patrick Bateman, and then he takes the skin mask off. And as you can see, he's covered in blood. And then you've got him hiding the axe from the famous scene in the film. And as you can see with the axe, it's got gorgeous spot gloss on it. I love when these steelbooks go the extra mile, and Lionsgate are just incredible for doing this. I do really want to look into getting a lot of their Lionsgate limited stuff, but money's a bit tight at the moment, so hopefully down the line I can get some more. Then we have the horror survival movie Fall. So as you can see, again with the nice slip, and then you got your info on the back. And then as we reveal the artwork, it's actually nighttime underneath. And I think that's really cool. That's just a contrast between the steelbook and the slipcover. And you've got the birds on the back, and it's one of those, like I said earlier, those complete artwork pictures, which I just think is really nice. I like the idea of having the dark steelbook underneath and then the lighter slipcover. Then you've got the Blu-ray and the 4K disc, again with the night and day cycle. And then you've got the big tower from the movie Fall. If you haven't seen this, it's a fantastic survival thriller. Well, kind of horror, but not really. But if you don't like heights, swerve it. Then for the next one, we have the amazing Andrew Garfield war movie, Hacksaw Ridge. I don't really like war movies. They don't really do a big thing for me. I'm not really a big history buff or things like that. And war movies tend to just either not interest me or bore me. But this one I absolutely love. The fact it's based on a true story is crazy. And again, we've got the slip, which is the red cross, which you can take off, which reveals Andrew Garfield as Desmond Doss. And then soldiers on the battlefield, again, that complete art piece. I think that's absolutely stunning art. And I think Andrew Garfield was fantastic in the movie. And then the inside of the steelbook, you've got the Blu-ray and the 4K disc. Nobody does it like Lionsgate in the steelbook game. I'm telling you, they're so good at it. And this was one of the first ones I got from this Lionsgate sort of packaging, where I was like, wow, like as a steelbook collector, they're really going above and beyond. This is one of the later additions to the collection. I think I got this last year. Gonna watch it soon. Law-Abiding Citizen is such a good like action thriller. If you've not seen it, it's so tense. It's got a good twist. Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx are incredible. And as we reveal the slip, he goes from behind bars to just behind Jamie Foxx. And then on the back, we've got a silhouette in the flames. And then there we go. I love the artwork. I just think it's simple, but it's great for the movie. I don't use these digital codes, so I'll put it on screen quickly and If you get it, comment down below. Make sure that's right up against the camera for you. But yeah, I don't use the code, so whoever gets that, enjoy yourself. But yeah, really good film. Love the artwork. I love, again, the dark colours with the light text. Big fan. Then we've got one of the most depressing endings of all time, especially for horror fans. This is The Mist. Really great steelbook. And of course, the slipcover itself is The Mist. So once you take this off, you get artwork revealed underneath, which is, as you know from this movie, the main setting of this is set in a convenience store. So it's our characters in the store window as the mist rolls in. I think that's really cool. Then, keeping with that theme, on the disc we've got meat. And then there's actually a black and white version of this movie, which I've never seen, but I do really want to watch because it sounds interesting to see the movie in a different perspective. I think it'll hone back to those 50s creature feature horror movies. Then, of course, we got different styles of meat for the other discs. Really cool steelbook. I love the colours, and I love the idea of doing the mist as the slipcover. I just think, when you've got a film like this, it's so good to be able to do stuff like that. And I think Lionsgate are great at not only putting the slips on just for slip's sake, but actually putting the slips on in a way that would, match the movie and match the vibe. Say with this one, for example. So this is the original Saw on 4K. Quite a dark steelbook, but obviously it's Saw, it's a horror film, it's going to be like that. But this one, as I was just saying, it's perfect because it puts him within a little TV, which, as we all know from watching Saw, is how he gets his messages across to the people doing the challenges. There's the artwork. I think that's absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic. And if you haven't seen Saw, apologies, because the back is a spoiler. Again, I don't use the codes, so I'm unsure if anyone, whoever had this before me or whatever, I'm unsure if I got this brand new or not, but there's the code if you want to check it at least. And yeah, as I said, there is the Blu-ray, and there's the 4K disc for Saw. This is one of the cool ones. I think along with Hacksaw Ridge, Saw was one of my original ones, because I do have the Saw 1 to 8 collection, just compact steelbook, and then I've got the first one on 4K. Obviously, they've just started releasing I think you can get Saw 1 to, I think 3 and 4 on individual 4K steelbooks now, so that might be something I look into down the line. But as a collector, as we all need space, I do quite like having Saw 1 to 8 on Blu-ray just in one steelbook. Really helps save some space. One of my favourite horror movies of all time. Cabin in the Woods, and this was one of my, I think this may have been the first Lionsgate Steelbook I ever had. I was looking at the other 4K Steelbook for this, the black and orange one, but then this came out and I absolutely loved it. If you've not seen the film, pause now or fast forward, but it does reveal a spoiler for the movie, but I suppose it's only really a spoiler once you've actually seen the movie and you know what it is. But you've got the people in the control room, you've got our characters up top, and you've got all the monsters coming out the elevator. One of the best elevator scenes of all time. I love the discs, because not only do they have artwork, if I can get the light to shine on them, they're actually textured. Very rare you see a textured disc. But yeah, that's the Cabin in the Woods steelbook, and we've got one left. But such a good movie and such a good steelbook. And again, using the slipcover to unveil the twist. I think that's just genius. So the final one we've got here is for a lovely heartwarming movie I love called Wonder. When I first watched this movie a couple of years ago, well, a while ago now on Netflix, I loved it and I really wanted it on Blu-ray, but some of the Blu-ray, well, I don't think it's on Blu-ray in this country, and I was a big steelbook collector at the time, so as soon as I seen Lionsgate did a steelbook for this, it was incredible. It's about the main character, Oggy, and as you remove the slipcover, he opens the helmet, and it's basically, this movie's artwork is basically inspired by, this kid's always got his head in the clouds because he just doesn't want to live in our reality because he gets bullied because he has a facial deformity. So I love the fact that, the stars and the planets and stuff are the slipcover, and then this is actually what's going on, the reality of it. I think it's really cool. And there's the back. And this text here actually is textured, which I think is really cool. And then I'll open it out. There's the complete artwork for it. Again, lovely heartwarming movie if you've never seen it. Just a Blu-ray for this one. It's not really a movie you'd need to see in 4K. Very cool disc art and inside artwork. And that is the final Lionsgate Steelbook of this sort of type. I did have a couple of other Lionsgate Steelbooks, but not, you know, the newer type where they're in the sleeves. So if there's anything you see in the background of these videos, you know, when you're just watching me here, that you ever want to see, I have done a complete tour of this entire collection. I think it's like one of the first videos I posted a couple of weeks back. If you ever want to see something in particular, comment down below and I'll pull it out. We can either do a short or do a video. And yeah, that's my complete Lionsgate Blu-ray and 4K Steelbook collection. Hope you guys enjoyed.